In 1588, summer in the English Channel is brutal. Fog rolls in fast. The wind changes without warning. Into this mess sails Spain's biggest fleet ever, the Spanish Armada. King Philip II sends them to reach the Low Countries, link up with Parma's army, and carry invasion troops to England. But this time, something no one understands is out there with them. A warship from the future. No flags, no signals anyone can read. It moves without the wind. Its radar can turn fog into a picture. Its engines make speed on demand. Guns and missiles can hit well beyond any 16th century cannon. So can one destroyer delay or break the Spanish Armada invasion? Or would it be crushed by the 130-ship Armada? There are multiple directions we could take this, but remember, this is just a scenario I came up with at 2 a.m., so not perfect, but it's the one I found most interesting. There are a couple of survival rules that the destroyer needs. To follow if it wants to maximize its damage against the Spanish Armada, the destroyer must stay out of grappling range. If hundreds of men with hooks and ladders get aboard, they can overwhelm any modern deck. They shoot at night and vanish by day. In daylight, they can still engage at range. But every mile of standoff costs fuel, and visibility makes them easier to box in. They waste nothing. Every shell and missile is a choice they won't get again. They accept some gear as suboptimal here. Many anti-ship missiles are tuned for big steel targets and modern countermeasures. A wooden galleon still dies if hit, but seekers and fusing behave differently over low-heat targets. Missiles are for the right ships, not every ship. The warship focuses on 3 objectives: denying the link-up with Parma's army, disrupting enemy command by cutting off messengers and signal ships so that orders lag or contradict each other, and starving the fleet of essentials: water, powder, spare masts. Those burn or scatter, the sea and storms will do the rest. If those 3 things happen, the invasion fails, even if most of the Spanish hulls remain afloat. The first contact is at night. The destroyer runs dark. No lights, whisper radar. Fog for cover. Radar shows a curve of ships. Small ones outside. Heavy ones inside. Stays well beyond cannon range and only closes when it wants. The destroyer's first targets are the steering and support ships. 2 or 3 airburst shells are fired over a Galleon's crowded deck. They blind and shock the crew. Fragments cut rigging and sails. Men drop. Then the rudder is hit. A ship that can't steer becomes a drifting obstacle. The modern ship angles out and back to keep its distance. It repositions, then repeats the entire attack sequence. No hero charge, no sitting still. So why doesn't it fire missiles right away? Missiles are precious, and wooden ships make odd radar targets. The destroyer saves them for command ships or for ore ships that try to box it in. On the Armada side, soldiers are confused and terrified. Bright flashes light the sky, loud explosions. Then metal shards rain down on the deck. They fire their cannons into the dark, but no answer comes. The night and fog choke their vision. Only the lookouts could see a dark, mysterious figure moving in the distance, but it's too late. At dawn, the Armada suffered heavy losses: limping ships, bad steering, and a few injured and dead men. The destroyer's next objective is to wipe out the Armada's precious resources. But in broad daylight, getting close is much harder. That's why they deploy a helicopter equipped with night vision and guided rockets. It's perfect for precision strikes on slow, soft targets like barges and powder boats. With the helicopter, the modern ship can easily locate barge clusters carrying precious supplies. Guided rockets or hellfires are fired. It's more warheads, precise hits. A single strike on a powder lighter can turn it into a fireball that rips through nearby rigging. On deck, Spanish soldiers hear a hard chopping in the sky. A dark shape hangs in the fog. Bright streaks drop and explode, tearing planks and rigging. Officers shout to cover the powder and cut burning rope. Muskets and cannons fire upward in an attempt to hit the helicopter, but the shots vanish into the clouds. When the noise fades, soldiers watch the sky slowly for that sound again. The strange flying ship is leaving. The lookouts track the helicopter and finally spot the destroyer in the distance. They alert the officers, and soon everyone realizes this is what struck them last night. The reaction among the Army is mixed. Some start praying while others hide in terror. Some believe it's a ghost ship sent to take them. The bravest officers shout for the men to stay calm and keep fighting. But it's clear the destroyer's tactics are working. Some resources have already been destroyed. Ships are limping and the Army's morale is shaken. The Armada finally attacks. They tighten their formation and push the gases forward as blockers. The destroyer spots their movement and unleashes all its weaponry in a counterattack while keeping its distance. Again, 5-in gunfires air burst over the lead galleons. Splinters, shredded rigging, men drop. Missiles are finally launched. Few miss, but some explode against the largest ships with ease. The formation wobbles but keeps coming. A few faster ships gain a little, but sibs 30mm and 50 caliber hose masts and decks. Muskets and round shot crackle back but fall short or skip harmlessly. With leaders crippled, the charge collapses into drifting clusters. The Spanish are completely hopeless. Orders keep changing and captains think of survival first and the mission second. Link with Parma turns in to get home. The charge stops and the ships scatter. The once imposing armada is no more. Spanish men would tell story later. They came into port calling it the Iron Ghost, a mastless metal ship that stayed out of reach and rained thunder from the sky. Officers describe an enemy engine. Chaplains frame it as a trial from God. On English shores, people talk about thunder, with no lightning and a ghost ship that moved against the wind.